What happens inside your body when your brain suddenly stops getting the oxygen it needs? Your brain consumes more oxygen than any other organ, and it cannot survive even brief gaps. The moment that supply is cut, a full internal emergency begins faster than you could imagine. Blood shifting from bright red to dark purple is the first warning racing toward your skull. Your brain senses the shortage instantly and triggers an alarm that overrides every other system. Cerebral blood vessels dilate to maximum width, trying to pull in every last oxygen molecule left. Inside your tiniest brain vessels, red blood cells slow to a crawl as their oxygen runs empty. The brainstem fires emergency commands to your lungs and heart to work faster and much harder. Your heart surges in response, pumping harder to push oxygenated blood up toward the starving brain. The blood-brain barrier, your brain's tightest defense, begins developing its first microscopic cracks. Deep inside each neuron, mitochondria start shutting down as ATP energy production hits near zero. Your hippocampus, where memories are made, is one of the very first regions to go into distress. A wave of darkness spreads inward across the cortex as neural activity collapses region by region. Your adrenal glands flood the body with adrenaline in a last desperate attempt to maintain function. Inside brain capillaries, red blood cells become pale and empty, drained of every oxygen molecule. Cerebral auto-regulation hits its absolute limit, and the brain loses all control of its own blood flow. Calcium floods uncontrollably into neurons, triggering a toxic chain reaction that spreads rapidly. Your cerebellum begins misfiring, balance and coordination shatter as the oxygen debt grows deeper. Vision starts breaking apart as the occipital lobe loses the steady oxygen stream it depends upon. Brain tissue begins swelling from fluid buildup, pressing outward against the hard walls of the skull. Glutamate surges to toxic levels and begins destroying the synaptic connections your thoughts rely on. The thalamus starts switching off, and with it, the brain's ability to route conscious signals fades. Support cells called astrocytes swell and detach, leaving neurons fully exposed and without protection. The heart begins beating in chaotic arrhythmic surges as oxygen deprivation spreads to the chest. Motor signals traveling down the spinal cord begin breaking apart before they can reach the limbs. Individual neurons begin losing their protective myelin coating as the structural breakdown accelerates. The corpus callosum fades, and your left and right brain hemispheres lose all communication between. Microclots begin forming in the tiniest brain vessels, cutting off blood to clusters of vital cells. The hypothalamus loses its grip, body temperature and hormonal balance collapse into total disorder. Over half the brain surface has gone gray, the damage now visible across every region from inside. Neurons in the motor cortex begin rupturing, their contents spilling out into surrounding brain tissue. Cerebrospinal fluid backs up inside the brain, and the pressure inside the skull becomes life-threatening. The reticular activating system shuts down, and without it, consciousness simply cannot be maintained. The heart muscle itself begins starving, its walls thinning and losing the force needed to keep beating. Frontal and temporal lobes have gone pale, only the deepest survival structures still hold a dim glow. Microglia flood the dying tissue, releasing inflammatory chemicals that dramatically accelerate the damage. The brainstem's breathing center can barely function. Each signal to the diaphragm grows weaker now. The basal ganglia go almost completely dark. Movement coordination has effectively ceased to function. Every major system is now in simultaneous crisis. The entire body is running out of time very fast. 80% of the brain surface has gone dark. Only the deepest survival regions still faintly glow. If oxygen returns now, blood surges back in, but that sudden reperfusion can itself trigger new damage. Some neurons begin slowly reactivating, forming fragile new connections across the devastated landscape. Islands of recovered tissue emerge, surrounded by permanent scar zones that will never fire signals again. The difference between a healthy brain and one that survived oxygen loss is visible in every single system. What your brain endures in just minutes without oxygen can take an entire lifetime to recover from fully. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe my channel.